Generally speaking, investing in yourself is the best thing you can do. Anything that improves your own talents. Like, nobody can take it away from you.
If you say something to me today, I'll remind you. I'll remember what you said to me. And that's how I learn a lot of the things that I'm saying, is because I'm there. And you ever heard of ear hustling? I'm trying to hold on to everything that flies across.
You know, people tend to make emotional decisions based on that. They don't stick with what they know. This is who I am. This is what, this is what I do. And then they, jump on this next hot thing, and it's not for you. So for me, just having the discipline and having the confidence that in who I am. So I would just say get involved in things that you love.
You've all got the IQ to do well. You've all got the initiative and energy to do well, or you wouldn't be here. And you will succeed in meeting your aspirations.
Whatever it is that you want to do, there's going to be risk in your life. Risk is a necessary component of progress.
Pessimism, the deadly disease of always looking on the bad side, the problem side, the difficult side, checking all the reasons why it can't be done.
And if I fail, am I going to regret having tried and failed? And I knew the answer to that was no. But I also knew that if I didn't try, that I would always regret that.
Develop the habits. You've got the brain power, you've got the energy, but develop the habits of success.
I think, again, it goes back to a bit of what Warren was saying as well. Like, it's the discipline.
You talk about learning from mistakes. I really believe it's better to learn from other people's mistakes as much as possible.
Let's not get stuck on one thing.
They say the chains of habit are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken.
Just do things that are true to you. Have a standard for yourself and have some sort of integrity and try to, find some sort of truth in what you're doing. It's the discipline as well, the discipline to not get caught up in the moment.
You can inspire yourself in different ways where you can actually discipline yourself.
If you've got talent yourself and you've maximized your talent, you've got a terrific asset.
I had to believe in myself in order to make these things happen. I feel like you can will yourself into a good space. Things that are meant to happen will.
You can figure out what will happen. You can't figure out when it will happen. You don't want to focus too much on when. You want to focus on what.
My grandfather told me, you don't get as far as the motherfuckers you talk to for no reason. You'll be successful as the motherfuckers that you talk to for no reason. What I mean is, if you spending your day talking to a nigga that ain't got nothing going on, what the fuck kind of information could he offer you? Can he help you learn something? Can he teach you something in the conversation?
Life is about balance, right? You have to have some type of balance. You have time for work and it's time for play. And if you don't allow these two things to coexist, you have an imbalance.
Losing's not an option, then you got to do everything possible to win.
In determining whether you succeed, there's more to it than intellect and energy.
A lot of people will gauge your level of intelligence by you having an associate's, bachelor's, or a master's degree, but a lot of those people retain information long enough to pass midterms and never use it.
Where I'm from, there is no recession.
I wish I could say we were geniuses and said we're going to start our own company. The genius thing that we did was we didn't give up. We used that what do they know approach. We didn't give up at that point. I think that that was the genius thing we did.
That is the key. It's defining what I call your circle of competence. And everybody's got a different circle of competence. The important thing is not how big the circle is. The important thing is staying inside the circle.
I got instincts.
I just pretty much followed my instincts. Experience and wealth of knowledge and all these things that I've been through and all these things that I've seen.
And that's what it's all about.
You have to be able to think independently, and you have to be, when you come to a conclusion, you have to really not care what other people say and just follow the facts and follow your reasoning.
Our job is to find that genius level talent and then to apply it in the way that supports that genius level talent.
It's just that different people are motivated by different things. And what happens with corporate cultures is that over time, people collect themselves in a way where they like that culture, and then it becomes self-sustaining.
See what I'm saying, man? Yeah, Nick, come on, man. Don't play with me that shit. 33 strategies of war, the art of seduction. Come on, man. All that shit come from the hood, B. It's a parallel between corporate America and the hood, and it's obvious.
Who we are and where we come from, we haven't acquired wealth to hand down and give the opportunities to like the next generation. So my goal is that my next generation can have a better start than I had. So we have to take care of our family first.
So what that make me? That make me a better version of them niggas.
I like the underdog years. You can't follow the fashion when you're trying to do anything in life. Pick something you think is interesting that has the intersection of genuinely creating real value. Make sure that you are focused on something you're passionate about. And then just stay right there and let the wave catch you.
So you can hold a ballet, and that can be successful. And you can hold a rock concert, and that can be successful. Just don't hold a ballet and advertise it as a rock concert. And so you need to be clear. Are you holding a ballet or are you holding a rock concert? And then people get to self-select in.
Think about it. Think, what can I do that you can't do?
You know, I had to convince myself that I'm gonna make it. You know, regardless of how people felt at that time. And what it does is it makes you feel like, well, it made me feel like there's going to be points that people are going to mistake my confidence for arrogant.
What you do need is emotional stability.
You have to find your genius level talent. Then you have to believe in it so hard because people will put their shit and their insecurities on you. So you have to, even people that are close to you and love you, you have to have so much belief in this genius level talent that no matter what anyone says to you, you have to have this focus.
The poor pessimist leads an ugly life.
We don't spend any time looking back.
He just affirmed to me that instincts is really important in business.
Whatever it takes to get you to try harder, read more, set your goals, and go for it.
Be associated with people you like. I only work with people I like.
Here's the next attitude disease. Over-caution. Some people never will have much. They're too cautious. Now, you can also be too reckless, but you can also be too cautious. This is called the timid approach to life. And my caution was always the risk. Risk used to drive me right up the wall. I used to say, what if this happens? It's called the language of the poor. What if this happens? Then I'll tell you what changed my whole life when I finally discovered it's all risky. The minute you were born, it got risky. If you think trying is risky, wait till they hand you the bill for not trying. If you think investing is risky, wait till you get the tab for not investing. See, it's all risky. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Going into business is risky. Investing your money is risky. It's all risky. I'll tell you how risky life is. You're not going to get out alive. That's risky. Somebody says, yeah, but I'm looking for safety and security. Fine, then huddle in a corner. We'll cover you with a sheet, bring you 3 meals a day. Better to live 30 years full of adventure than 100 years safe in the corner. And see, it's not important how long you live. What's important is how you live.